Okay, now we are back with more Final Fantasy VII.
Alright.
We had to change it real quick to make sure my flash drive was working. I am Omega Zero.
I am Late Night CJ, aka Sweet Daddy, in the streets.
And in the last episode, while you were gone, we went to like a little optional area where we found the history of a character related to one of our characters in a way, and we fought the Turks. It was a one-sided fight.
Because you are OP.
I am over leveled at this point. Yes, I am I'm 58, and Bear and Red 13 are lower levels because I didn't have them in the party while I was training. But yes, but at the end of the last episode, our buggy broke down. So now we are actually going to have to go into this area right here. And the whole reason I switched out my party members is because this area is called Cosmo Canyon.
Cosmo Canyon.
Yes.
Cosmo. There.
Yeah, Cosmo Canyon.
Okay, I didn't know because a lot of
It could be short for Cosmic or something like that, which I'm probably assuming is the case with this series. It's probably, they didn't want to be too on the nose, so they probably called it Cosmo Canyon instead of Cosmic Canyon. And if you have Red 13 in your party, he splits off and he says, I am home, it is I, Nanaki. And that is his true name. But you don't get the option to change his name throughout the course. They start calling him Nanaki. You just call him Red 13 for the rest of the game. Because he flat says, I don't care what you call me. And this is where Barrett wanted to go, actually. He said, I finally made it, so this is Cosmo Canyon. Because I believe this was the area where Avalanche was first created. Right. At least the first iteration. Welcome, are you familiar with this land? I am, but you're not.
Right.
So I'll say no. People from all over the world gathered here to seek the study of planet life. And Barry says, I've always wanted to come here. I'm sorry it's full now, so I can't let you enter. Barrett is distraught. He's like, no, they helped me when I was on the road, so please let him in. Red 13 putting in a good word.
The dog?
Red 13, yeah. It is Nanaki. Nanaki is Nanaki, that is his name. Yeah, that doesn't help much, you know that, right?
Nanaki's first name is Anu.
Yeah. And now we have to pick another party member because Red 13 went off. Let's go with Ketchy.
You don't want to go with Yuffie?
She's an optional character. She actually doesn't have that much dialogue throughout the game. She'll give a little quip here, a little snark here, but that's about it for her character. You have to look at the supplemental material, how she reacts to certain things, so on and so forth.
Right.
Anyways, you go up here and you want to talk to Red 13. And he just kind of goes into it. We get Red 13's backstory now.
Alright, I'm here for it. What's that?
His tribe were protectors of those who appreciate this beautiful canyon and the planet. So he specifically fought here, but they were pretty much like a group of warriors that are supposed to help protect the planet. Mother fought here, but his father died apparently, and he's the last of his race. Or his mother fought and died here, his father ran away, and he's the last of his race. Do you know what that word is? Wastrel? Wastrel?
It's hard because these games a lot of them didn't originate here. So it's just it may have a whole other different pronunciation.
I shall look it up. What does this mean? I'm not going to put it here because I'm just going to look it up. A wasteful or good-for-nothing person.
See? A wastrel.
Fair enough. I'm pretty sure he means good for nothing, specifically. And his journey ends here. Meaning he...
Hey, Nanaki.
I don't know if you want to do that voice because it's supposed to be from his grandpa.
Nanaki.
Let's take a breather. I got stuff I want to find out too. So basically, everyone kind of just splits off into their own individual areas.
He said I gotta go boo boo.
Post starlets.
Cosmic Candle. It's that big old.
Oh, they're telling you, hey, they probably like go over there. To like go check it out because they turned it on the items. Like, hey, you should go over here, even though I didn't press anything.
Right.
And you go over here. I don't think there's any. You brought the Nagi back here. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Okay. I didn't want to talk to you. I want to talk to the old man. I don't drink, so.
Peanut dude.
I don't drink, so no.
No, we're good.
Well, technically, Cloud can.
Since this is a club, can I get club soda?
Cloud technically can drink. You have the chance to do it, but that's up to you to see if Cloud drinks or not. I don't need the rest right now because
Fully charged and you're okay.
yeah, it doesn't really matter because like I'm over leveled. Nothing really hurts me. With my materia setup, I can do as much damage as Beta and Aqua Lung now, which I got in the previous episode.
Aqua Lung.
It's basically Beta but water based.
Who's Beta?
Beta is the fire move I got off that giant snake.
Oh yeah.
The one where I was like,
He shut down the whole operation on him.
Okay, so yeah, they wanted you to go check that out, like basically to see if you wanted to get a quick rest in, I'm assuming, because that's the only reason I went in there. But we actually are given the option to save now, which I will do, because it's always good to have multiple save profiles in my opinion, because I have no, I'm just saving over it. Like I have these 3 save profiles are of the current playthrough we're doing.
Okay.
Okay, and what is that you have here?
Weapon.
We have the Butterfly Edge, the Tiger Fang, the Heavy Vulcan, a Prism Staff, a Silver Barrette, but for Red 13, but he's not in our party right now. The Pinwheel for Yuffie, and the Green Megaphone for Ketchi. And since I am loaded right now, I'm just gonna buy everything.
Man, See, not only do you got all the power, you got all the weapons.
5. Yes. Okay, I don't need that many silver armors. It's not because I had all the weapons. It's because I had more than enough money. Because all those enemies I killed, I grinded up basically to like 900,000 gil. So I went back to Costa del Sol, bought a villa for 300,000, and now I can just say I own a villa. And I have a villa named Villa Cloud. So we're going to equip the Butterfly Edge, which has 2 link slots. So now I can combine 2 different blue materia and get more use out of it. But I don't think I have any more mastered ones. So I guess I'll just start training up time magic, because who doesn't want to stop time?
That's fair. Especially if you can stop time and you're the only one moving in there.
Well, not really. It's like you stop your enemies' time. You can make yourself faster, or stop your enemies like they literally can't do anything, but...
What movie was that where you could move so fast that everybody was like,
super slow. It depends on what rule you're going for speed.
It was a movie that was out there.
Oh yeah, here's Barrett. You could go... There was this guy who studied planetary life here. He could take things the way they were, so he went to make art before Avalanche. Yeah, sure, why not? How we hear how Avalanche was formed? Guess you could say that this is where Avalanche was born.
Who the hell is Avalanche?
Avalanche is technically the organization that Barrett started, but his is the second iteration. Because the first iteration of Avalanche were basically just purely terrorists that wanted to stop Shinra at any cost, whereas...
How are they terrorists if they want to stop Shinra?
They are labeled as terrorists because they didn't care who they hurt, while Barrett's iteration of Avalanche was like, we really don't want to hurt innocent people, but they did. And Barrett's always wanted to come here, and he wanted it. And then a lot's happened. And you just kind of keep listening to Barrett's story. And there we go. And he's like, he says a lot's happened, and then like he just doesn't want to keep talking about it because obviously he's lost his friends, his loved ones. So you say he's gone through a lot of stuff ever since he's like bit wanted to go against Shinra and all that.
Understandable.
Okay. Oh gosh, this part right here is kind of annoying because of the perspective. And we are here.
You gotta go talk to the little boy.
I don't think we have to. I want to go see just kind of like where the rest of our teammates are at. Because you can do that. You just like, oh, where Yuffie and them, where Red 13, or here's Ketchi. He's just off in the room doing his own thing. I actually kind of want to see where everyone else is at now.
He said he chilling.
This is a materia shop, I believe, where we can talk to him if he. And this dude's apparently so tired and sleeping on a job that he didn't even notice that we were here. Ooh, but this actually is stuff that we need. We got MP plus materia, HP plus.
What does that mean?
It basically increases the amount of magic you can do, or the amount of health that you have. So the maximum health in this game is 9,999.
How much you got?
Right now, nah, because you don't get access to this right away. I get some transform material. This basically you want to have like one of 4 different types of materia.
Right.
Because later on in the game we'll be able, if we have all these materia and we're able to master them all and complete them all, we are able to basically get a super version of every single materia put into one. So for example, say if I mastered fire, ice, and lightning, and a bunch of other materia, right?
Right.
If I master all the green materia, we can later on in the game get a mastered version of every single magic materia, but it's all in one and you have no drawbacks.
Okay, so ultimately on this level right here, what are we looking for?
Right now we're supposed to be heading further up top to further learn about Red 13's backstory. I want to see like where everyone else is at, because everyone else I believe is supposed to be around here, just kind of like in their own way doing their own thing. And that's why you just kind of like want to look around and see what people have. I want to buy more ethers. I will buy 20 of these.
20?
Because they restore my magic.
Okay, well,
But, like, I need more magic in order to do more stuff, so therefore, it helps me. And it doesn't look like any of our other teammates are actually out and about. I've only seen Ketchi and Barrett, but there could be other characters just kind of here and there.
What about the red arrow?
The arrows are basically I turned on to see where we can and can't go.
Oh, interest points. Or
Yeah.
points.
Basically points of areas we can go into. You can go up here. I do know that Tifa and Aerith are supposed to be like sitting right here in this spot, but it might not be till later. And these are basically just press the button on here where the options I believe you would press it. It's just to see where can I go in, what can I do, who can I talk. Like you kind of keep a label on yourself.
Okay.
This might be a longer episode because I am just kind of like wasting around trying to find everyone. But with that, I feel like we kind of like explored everything you possibly can do at this point. Like you go up here to like get a view of I might do this real quick. So if you hear a quick stop in the music, it's because I want to capture a screenshot, because this will probably be the thumbnail. And if it works or not, because stupid thing won't allow anything bigger than 2 megabytes for a thumbnail. Anyways, we go up here, and this is at the very top of Cosmo Canyon.
Okay.
And here we are. This is where we see Red 13. And this is his grandfather, Bugin. Bugin. Or to be more specific, Bugenhagen.
Bugenhagen.
Yes, and he's floating on something. And apparently Nanaki's still a child.
He must be on drugs.
Nah. And even though Red 13 is actually 48, so So they live for a very long time. So he's about the same age, if you want to give it an equivalent, as about Atrocitus at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's like 3 times his age.
Absolutely.
He's quiet and very deep. You thought he was an adult? Yes. Well, unless you count the supplemental material.
The dog.
His equivalent age right now is about the same age as my younger brother. His actual age is older than late night CJ right now.
Hey man, first of all, you gonna be putting my information out there.
I didn't say how old you were. I just said he's older than you. I didn't say how young.
But you already said, you said he's like 48 years old. I ain't 48 years old.
I didn't say how old you were.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying. Big guy.
Yep. Bugenhagen's weird, in my opinion. But that's also probably because he spouts a lot of, in my opinion, mystical mumbo jumbo that I do not fully understand.
Miss Olded Mumbo Jumbo.
In my opinion.
Alright, I got you. 'Cause I was about to say, that might be something he's trying to say about me.
I understand.
Pops in his misguided mumbo jumbo.
I didn't say that about you as a thing, that's right.
Although you said I'm old as an old dog.
I didn't say that.
Might as well.
Oh my goodness. What? This is probably going to be a longer episode.
Why is it?
Because the first half is pretty dialogue heavy, as most RPGs are. And the second half is a bit more, I guess you say, combat focused. But there's like, that's the reason, like, this might be, I might split this into 2 parts if I'm being honest, depending on how long the length is. Like, here's the first half of Cosmo Canyon, here's the second half of Cosmo Canyon. Depending on how long this is, and because I had to pick up my brother in like about an hour.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to give me some rest because got my job.
Okay. I think this is where the people finally showed up, our other teammates. Several odd-looking people are here. Which is, though, it's your teammates and crew, and you basically can go off and find them. We found Ketchi and Barrett, but that's because they were already here. And basically, you can go off and grab one other person to join you to go see a little cutscene, in a sense, for the characters. There is a glitch that has happened with the PC version.
Right.
Which I want to try and show off if it can happen. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Try it.
We'll try and see it. We do need to grab Tifa for it because it did happen with her. Anyone who's watched Some Call Me Johnny, it happened in his stream. Where if it happens, you'll see it. If it doesn't happen, I'll just explain it.
Alright.
So now we can actually go around and find our teammates. Now, I just want to see where everyone's at. I already know where Aerith and Tifa are at, but I actually kind of want to see where Yuffie's at. Because there's only 2 more characters we can actually get here. And what in the story, I mean. And one of them is mandatory, the other is optional, and that's the one I was considering naming my brother after because probably given the opportunity on the day, I feel like he would probably dress like that up just to mess with people.
Which brother?
The middle one.
Okay.
Okay, so we passed by Aerith and Tifa. And I'm trying to see if I can find Yuffie anywhere because she's the one whose reaction I haven't seen. Oh, here's Red 13. I didn't think you'd be in this room.
He was just trying to get himself, get better sleep.
He's like, yeah, let me rest for a bit. I've already seen it, but only 3 people can fit in, so that means you just go off and show someone. Where is Yuffie? I'm going to turn on 3 times speed because 3 times speed really does not affect anything outside of combat other than we get to move faster finally. Here's Yuffie. She's in the store. Are you looking to... She hates studying. I
Most
might
people
take.
do.
I might take her along. We can make a party of 3, but we can take Yuffie, and I'm gonna take her because she specifically said she hates it. Like, too bad you're coming along because I find this funny.
I'm telling you, you could have brought Yuffie a long time ago.
Tifa, if the glitch happens with Tifa, I will show it. It will happen here.
Mm-hmm.
And now we are gonna go into this room, where for some reason, all right, we're gonna see what happens. Hopefully, if the glitch happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Yay or nay?
It happens.
It happens. Yep. It didn't happen.
Where the hell are they
This is Bugenhagen's laboratory. And he has a 3D holographic system of the solar system. That's actually pretty cool. I want something like that just because it sounds cool.
Those are pretty cool though.
And then we have we'll have cutscene like everything's kind of like having a set rotation even though it doesn't show off in like the actual game. Like here's your visuals and stuff and music that's probably gonna get me copyrighted later.
How does this keep happening to you there?
It's the music of the game. Like stuff happens. Oh look, black hole. Like I do know that the Gold Saucer music got claimed. I'm assuming Cosmo Canyon might, because if we go around looking in an area for too long, basically sitting idle. Or maybe I could use the excuse of I own this game on 3 different systems.
Right.
I was like, I have this game 3 different systems. I own my. Eventually, all happens to them after they die. This guy's basically talking about how our planet works, where spirituality actually does exist. Where if a person dies, their soul returns to the planet, and that applies to everything. Plants, animals, humans, all living things in the universe return to the planet. Everything is the same. They will converge and divide, becoming a swell called the life stream, which is like the blood of the planet. So souls run the planet.
Makes sense.
And basically, if a person comes back, humans are basically like little swells of spirit energy. And then it's just like a constant cycle, the circle of life. I would sing the song, but I would be claimed for that from Lion King.
Not if you sing it.
What, from Lion King? Circle of Life.
Yeah.
I don't want to take my chances. I don't want to take my chances with this, because you never know.
That's it.
Anyways, here's Earth, or as it's called in this game, Gaia,
Right.
which is pretty much the same thing.
Gaia.
Gaia. I'm just kind of like letting the cutscenes rock, and we unfortunately, I might just have to keep talking over like music, visuals, and all that, so they cannot like fully separate the music from the. They can't distinguish which is of the two, so that way I don't run into any issues. Spirit energy is a source for trees, birds, and humans. Okay, so this is it operates on its own. And not only living things, it makes it possible to form planets. So spirit energy can form on any planet. And if that energy were to disappear, for example, in 3, 2, 1, planet dies.
Okay. Man, I almost cursed.
Alright, so the spirit energy, the lifeblood of the planet, in a sense, if you were to take away all of the spirit energy, you kill the planet, in a sense.
Okay.
So those are the basics of the study of planet life. And in this case, most people say, well, load of crock. That's a bull.
Right.
Not in this game, no.
But that's kind of par for the course in this game, right?
Yeah. If spirit energy disappears, our planet will die. is efficient because it exists within nature. It's the ultimate form of energy. Is if it's forcibly extracted and manufactured, it can't accomplish its true purpose. So it's like, alright, they're talking about Mako energy. It sucks up spirit energy. It makes even though it's supposed to return to the planet, they eventually use up so much energy.
Right.
It's like when it does like return to the planet, it's barely anything. It actually kills the planet. It's like if you took water and put a bunch of terrible stuff in it and like throw it back into the stream, it makes the water worse.
Yeah.
So that's what it's saying. It's like it eventually will like kill the planet. And the glitch did not happen, unfortunately. All it did was it would just have Tifa do like a handstand where the model would be reversed.
Right.
Which would be funny to see because it would be hilarious to see why is the model reversed.
Right.
But they may patch that out for the Xbox and version and PlayStation version, but maybe not just for the PC version. I'm not sure if it happens on Switch or not.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
But with that, we can leave. I believe I wasn't fully paying attention to that part. But Red 13 believes that his father's a coward because he ran away and abandoned his mother. At least that's what he thinks.
Oh, that was kind of deep.
Like, yeah, it's like, oh, yeah. The abridged version of this series obviously makes characters funnier than they actually are in the story. Or they sometimes change their personalities drastically, see how the characters react and all that. But with that, we go all the way down here. And we go up to this little spot. If we can get up there. How do we get up there? It's not letting me get up there. Here we go.
Up the ladder?
This part right here. And you kind of just have the characters all go off and do things on your own. Now, you're specifically supposed to talk to Red 13, but you can kind of like go around the circle and just listen to people's thoughts and purposes. Cosmo Canyon. And he basically promised all the characters that died off in like the first section of the game, Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge, that they would come to Cosmo Canyon after basically destroying Shinra.
Right. Alright. Evil PG.
Evil PG. Everyone hates Shinra. It's like Barrett starts to question himself, like, well, is it right to still keep going? Will they ever truly forgive him?
Hopefully.
And it's like, if he doesn't know, but if he knows one thing is that he has to save the planet. He doesn't care if it's for justice, revenge, or whatever. But he's gonna do it. And he's gonna save the planet. And you can talk about, you just go talk to any character. Yuffie doesn't care, she just wants to find materia. Kichi apparently has been here before if you pay attention to his dialogue. I wonder how many years it's been. Gosh, this brings back memories. But he's a robot. How does he have memories that last that long? If he says it's been years, that implies it's been a long period of time. So how old is Ketchi if he's a robot? You could go talk to Aerith, which is like the main party member.
I thought he was a cat.
Ketchi is a cat riding a robot. He's a robot, yeah. It's going to Aerith. So you just gotta sit around the campfire and talk to everyone. Aerith kind of like. Aerith kind of reflects on the fact that she's the last of her people as well, being a Cetra or an ancient, whatever they call them. And it's basically like the quote-unquote original inhabitants of the planet, or ones that can communicate with the planet in comparison to humans who can't. So humans are lesser versions of Cetra in a sense. And we go and talk to Tifa, and she says, you know what, she was going to talk about the past. She's like, you know what, never mind. Because there's a, you know what, never mind, I don't want to talk about the past. I know what happens. But since you don't, I want to kind of keep it as a surprise.
Right.
And now we can sit down and talk to Red 13, who's like the main focusing goal of this kind of like whole little mini arc of his character.
Alright.
And he's remembering about his parents and how they long ago they would probably sit around like this very same campfire. He's like, he remembers his mother. He's like, oh, I have all these good memories of my mother, but because when I think my father, he's like, I hate him.
He was in a litter. Another dragon dogs.
You're like, you really can't. And that's the reason why he hates his wife. He's like, he left his mother and he's like, oh no.
A dog.
The dog that can talk, use magic, and cast fire.
Well, that is a hell of a dog.
When the Gi tribe attacked, he ran off by himself, leaving Mother and the people in the canyon. And Boogerhagen shows up and say, hey, you should probably come see this. And now we can basically pick out another character to come join us for the, to come join Red 13 in his little, adventure. For the sake of trying to have some form of challenge, I will take Barrett.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is where I'm gonna have to cut out, because I have to go rest for another exciting day of orientations tomorrow.
Oof.
But I'll leave the show in good hands with the great Omega Zero. I am Late Night CJ, aka his daddy in the streets. Alright, let me say.
Let me do that. Alright. And I guess I'll probably cut this, like, have this part end here for, like, I guess this session right here. Because we've gotten all the backstory, we've seen the history, and now it's time to actually go on an adventure once again. So with that, I will cut the part here. I'm Omega Zero, and I will catch you guys later.